Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Dum Yinzers show. It is Thursday morning. We are back. How are you doing today, Mike?
Oh, I am doing amazing.
Amazing. That don't
Um,
sound right.
oh, I think my body's finally used to work this week, so I'm feeling good.
And
But
you had the extra day this week too, right?
yeah, yeah. And I'm still doing, and I'm feeling good right now.
Good.
Might be the coffee, but you know, we'll see. Could be
Little
the
little
weed,
little coffee in you.
little coffee, little legal cannabis, maybe. Well, we'll see how it
Hey,
goes.
hey,
We'll see how it
where you
goes.
getting all the fun stuff at?
When it's the knockoff stuff and you have a low tolerance, it just works. I
Yeah.
love it.
Or
uh,
or
although i yeah, I haven't taken one yet. I should, but I still have a long day of parenting to do, so it'd be irresponsible of me.
that's all the more reason to take it, I think.
That's true. Yeah, you know my kid, you know how crazy he can be.
um, I before we start today, I want to wish a good friend of our show, Antoine Carter. You know him as Prime Sinister. Today is his birthday. Happy
Oh,
birthday, Prime.
happy birthday. We're not going to say his
Um,
age because he's up there with us. He's getting old.
yeah, I'm not exactly sure how old. I think that I know, but like I said, I don't want to go on speculating without
Yeah.
him here. So I don't want to say anything that ain't true. Did you guys get the storm last night?
No, I don't think so. I tend to sleep through the storms anymore, which is
Yeah,
disappointing because they're fun to watch. But I
right.
saw that it rained, and I'm looking outside my window now. It looks like I might get a storm here now, but nothing last night.
We kept getting warnings. We kept getting warnings, and all the maps that it kept showing with the big storms coming, they were all coming up from your way. They were all coming up right through
Oh,
East Liverpool, East Palestine, Calcutta,
damn.
Columbiana, like all those things are right
Huh.
there is where the grunt of the storm came.
Yeah.
And it just passed us. It kind of like stayed to the east
Uh,
just barely. We got a little bit of rain for a brief period of time. However, I'm ready for a nice rainstorm. I like a good rain, a big thunderstorm.
Me too.
And we just don't, we didn't get it. I thought we were getting it last night.
Nah, like we had like a big storm come through my way last weekend. I slept right through it. Now I miss all the good storms anymore. I used to love just like looking out my window, watching the storms roll in. It's
Yeah.
fun. I like the smell of thunderstorms. That's weird.
Yes, me too.
I'll stand out on my porch and just watch the storm, just watch the rain just swoop down, swoop
You know
down.
what
That
I
didn't
started
sound right.
doing kind of recently? When I go to take a nap or I go to lay down or I go to just take it easy, I'll I'll go over on YouTube and put one of them videos where it has the thunderstorm constantly going for like 10
Uh-huh.
hours. It just ain't the same. And,
No.
and I'm and I'm gonna tell you why. There's a certain security within ourselves whenever it is thunderstorming and the weather's just so bad because that nobody else is anywhere around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody is in their house, everybody is taking cover, everybody is somewhere not getting rained on. So there's a certain sense of security when there's a thunderstorm coming because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it almost
Yeah.
feels like it gives you that arm's length with the rest of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. You don't have to worry about like anyone unexpectedly showing up at your house. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about, someone trying to break in or sell you something. Yeah,
Or
I get it. Yeah.
with just all the crazy shit that goes on, chances are everyone's probably in their homes or again
Hmm.
under some kind of shelter. So people aren't out doing crazy shit. And sometimes just when there's stuff going on all around, it kind of gives you an anxiety. I enjoy a good thunderstorm, but like I was saying, I tried one of these videos that plays the thunderstorm over and over and over and over again for 10 straight hours, and it just isn't the same because you know that it's not really a thunderstorm. It doesn't have, there's that part of it
Yeah.
that isn't there. And then also, and you know what? I was using the YouTube Plus, the the subscription, because they give you the free 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
So now I canceled it the other day because they wanted to start taking $13 off me every month. So now, I'll be half asleep, falling asleep, and an ad will pop up.
now,
Like,
now you're back to
unbelievable.
now you're back to living how us poor people live.
It's
You
like
were living the high life. Now it's
unbelievable. How the
you
fuck
know
do you expect anybody to fall asleep when
you
you
know
play an ad halfway through one of them
yes.
kind of videos?
Yeah. See, those videos shouldn't have ads. And if they do, you
No.
skip them. Ours, if they have ads, you watch our ads. You listen to our ads. Our ads are
Yes,
great.
ads are great.
On this channel only.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would suck. You're dozing off. It's
Not a fan of the videos,
you're,
man. And it don't sound right.
yeah.
And the thing is, it sounds like it's right there. It doesn't sound like it's outside. It don't sound like the rain is pounding off the roof. It sounds like it's right there. I don't know how people love that. There's people that just love it. And, you read down through the comments and, oh yeah, I sleep for, forever with these sounds. There's no fucking way. No fucking way. One day I accidentally did fall asleep when it was playing, and I woke up about an hour later, and I just wanted to turn it off because it was annoying. You know what I mean?
See, I think what's coming out here is that you're not normal. I think that's what we just you're almost at that self-actualization point that everyone else in the world could listen to this and be perfectly content. And then there's you who's overanalyze the rain video.
There's just no fucking way. I just can't even imagine. I want to watch somebody enjoy one of these videos and take it in like you're supposed to. I just don't think that it's possible.
They're probably already like happy people. And they're just like, oh, cool. This is something that I'll enjoy. They're not miserable, jaded.
I hate people that enjoy things,
right? Come down to like, I lost my enjoyment of a lot of things over life. Come down to my level, please.
Yeah.
If I can't be happy, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. Another thing, Mike. So, okay. You know how I walk down and I get my coffee every morning?
Yeah.
Okay. And I hate to keep bringing this up, but it just keeps getting better. Okay. So I don't know if I told you that about a third of the way there is a trailer popped up that they sell coffee out of now on the side. It's near that police station up there.
Oh, okay.
And the other day I was walking by with my coffee from the store that I walked to, which is a half mile down the road. And the guy, he said something. I don't know what he said because I had earbuds in, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to try him tomorrow. So I did. The past 2 days, I went to the pop-up trailer and I got my coffee, and it was good and it served its purpose. So I thought, this is what I'm going to do from now on. I go today, the trailer's gone. This trailer has been there for months, Mike. For months, this trailer sat there. I didn't know what it was for the first few months. Just recently, I knew what it was, but I didn't go. 2 days ago, I started going. 2 days. I went today, the trailer's gone.
That's kind of suspicious.
Gone.
I think this isn't real. I think you just imagined this whole scenario.
So today, going on the time that I had to go on, because I get up, I set myself up for a certain amount of time to do what I need to do before the show. I get around the corner and I see that it's not there. I thought, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So then I had to walk down, do the longer walk, which ain't a problem. But I had set up my day to go right across the street, basically.
Yeah, and that's just the kick in the dick right there. Because like you said, you're like, okay, I know I get here and back in this amount of time to get it all planned out. And then not only is that altered, you also like your body's just kind of like goes, okay, I only have to walk so far, do this, will be good. Now you're expanding it, and that's a double whammy.
It's like when your GPS does its recalculating. When your body does the recalculating, it fucking hurts, man. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
Because like you'd say, and you're absolutely right. Because once I had to pass up where I was going and continue to go to the store to get the coffee, I that's all I kept thinking to myself is, okay, what the fuck? Now I got this amount of time I got to do this. I got to do this. Unfucking believable. You know, some kind of warning would have been nice. A sign on the side of the trailer.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't gonna be here anymore.
Last day, motherfuckers, because no one stopped.
You know what? They were so damn nice yesterday. Hey, you know, do you like this coffee? Blah blah blah. The service. Blah 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 blah. You would think they might have mentioned that we're not going to be there anymore, or
You would
tomorrow, or
think.
whatever.
You would think, but
I'm
no.
So,
You sound defeated and depressed.
I am defeated. This feels like it's the third Friday in a row, and it's only Thursday.
Oh God. Well, I got to do one more episode this week with you.
I do have a surprise. I have a surprise for tomorrow's episode. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it on the air. I'm gonna think about it for a little while here, but we'll see at some point during the show. I do have a surprise I want to talk about.
Oh, cool.
As you can see, he had to change his hat.
Yeah.
Pirates lose again. 2 games in a row, both games of the 2-game series to the Tigers. Pirates lost 3-1 yesterday. They dropped to 24-30. However, the Tigers, they increased. Their record goes up 23-33. And they're on their way to Atlanta. They're on the way to Georgia. They play the Braves tonight at 7:30 for game 1 of a 4-game set. Goes all the way through the weekend.
I'm calling it now. That series between the Buccos and the Tigers, not only is it the series of the year in all of baseball, that is going to be your World Series preview right there. Get ready to see those two teams in the postseason.
Wasn't that one of the World Series we had? I think one of them were against the Tigers. We had a Yankees, maybe 2 Tigers World Series. I forget.
No, they had the Yankees, the Orioles.
That's who I'm thinking.
Orioles. And then like way back in the early 1900s, it was like what, the Red Sox.
Yeah. I think they played the Orioles in 70 and 79.
Yeah.
Yankees was 61.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I was thinking one of them Orioles World Series was the Tigers, but I am wrong.
Yeah.
The Celtics surprised me with another win. They win game 3, 116-100 over Golden State. This kind of blows it open for me because I was kind of leaning toward the Warriors just running away with this thing, but now Boston has a 2-1 lead.
Yeah.
Going into game 4, which is Friday night at 9:00. Mike, does this change the way you think about the series, or is this where you were at?
Well, I think like yesterday, I was like kind of almost talking myself into that Boston was going to win it. I think, if I remember correctly. I know one of the series I was talking myself into one of the teams, but I really wasn't that surprised. But I was surprised, if you know what I mean. Like, because we Boston kind of showed in game 1 that they can do it. And we all thought the way Golden State came out and played game 2, okay, that first game for Boston that's the outlier. They're never going to get back to that the way they played. And then boom, they came out and they played that way to win again. So if they can keep playing the way they're playing it, I'm now at the point where it's not going to shock me if they win. I'm still rooting for Golden State just because that's who I picked, and I kind of like the way they play. I like a lot of threes. I think it's fun to watch, but I'm not going to be shocked if Boston pulls it out.
I like the fact that Boston's making it a series. I would rather it be that way. Just from, living through so many different dynasties, especially in the NBA, you just know how these really, really good teams roll, and they take control of the series. But this is interesting to me because here you have Boston, now they're up, and I guess it's anybody's ball game at this point,
Yeah, I kind of don't want Boston to win just so that whole fucking upper Northeast can celebrate again.
Fuck Boston, man.
Fuck them. Only because of Tom Brady. We established this fact. That's the only reason I hate the Celtics right now.
Because of Tom Brady.
It's because of Tom Brady and the Patriots. They won all those years. They've lost all their goodwill.
Yeah.
Goodwill
Tonight,
Hunting sucks. No, it
tonight,
doesn't.
game five in the NHL Eastern Conference Finals. The Rangers and Lightning, they're tied up. They're knotted up at 2 games apiece. Games at 8 o'clock. Do you have a prediction for tonight's game, Mike?
6-1 Tampa Bay.
6-1 Tampa Bay.
I'm going
Now
with a blowout tonight.
Now they are playing, of course, to see who gets to go to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals to face the Colorado Avalanche, who are waiting for them very patiently after sweeping Edmonton. The like I said, the series is tied 2 games apiece. The Rangers and Lightning. Mike picks a big win for the Lightning. I'm going to stick with my Rangers. I'm going to say 3-2, and we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, your guess is probably closer to the right score. I think all the games have been kind of tight, but I think it's going to be a blowout. Tampa Bay's due. They're due for a blowout.
Today, Mike, on this day in 1984, the hockey culture changed forever in Pittsburgh. June 9th, 1984, Mario Lemieux is drafted by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Big day, big day.
Big day, number Swiss. 6-on-6, 66. Eddie Johnson was up there doing the introduction of the pick.
Yes.
Former goalie, former coach. Lemieux famously did not come up to like the draft introduction thing. You know, you go up on the stage, get your jersey. He didn't go up because at that point the Penguins were always trading their first overall pick, trading prospects to get, older veterans. So he's like, I don't know what they're going to do, and I really don't want to go up there if they're going to let me go. And hey, at least, he gave him a shot and didn't force his way out, kind of like Elway did and Eli Manning did force a trade. He was like, I'm not going to go up there. I'm just going to see what they do. And good thing he did, because all these years later, he's won 2 cups as a player, 3 as an owner. So
yeah, 38 years ago, it changed the whole entire culture of hockey.
Yeah.
Not only in Pittsburgh, but league wide. I mean, there's a lot that he's done that has changed the league. So,
and speaking of like his legacy, how it changed hockey, and definitely in this area, the number 2, I think, overall rated prospect in North America, and I think overall for the NHL draft is from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born and raised in Pittsburgh, and he's projected to go, if I read it correctly, in the top 2.
Oh wow.
So that's huge, because we had like Vincent Trocheck, Josh Gibson, and TJ Miller. They were all from Pittsburgh, all playing in the league, but I don't think any of them were drafted that high.
Right.
None of them were drafted in like that top 5 area. So this kid has the potential to be the highest drafted overall player out of Pittsburgh. And that would not have happened 38 years ago if we did not tank the season and, draft Lemieux.
Yes.
And that's what people.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of people forget that, the Penguins really did openly more or less admit that, hey, we're going to tank for Lemieux. We sent down a goalie who was winning games because he was winning games.
Yeah, right.
So good thing we got in before the draft lottery.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
94 days. 94 days to the NFL kickoff. You ready, man?
I can't wait. I can't wait for like training camp to start now. Now I'm getting in that time. I need my football fix.
Yes.
I need it. I need training camp battles. I need overhyped rookies. I need, figure out who the whipping boy of the team is going to be from the local media, who they're going to blame for everything. I need the heroes. I need the goats. I need the villains. I need it all right now.
Yes. I seen, of course, you recall Aaron Donald's big signing this week.
Yes.
Not everybody was happy for Mr. Donald. A 49ers Pro Bowl left tackle, Trent Williams, when asked why he wasn't excited about Aaron Donald's contract signing, Mr. Williams says, quote, I just wish he would have retired. Unquote.
uh,
This is a Pro Bowl tackle, you know.
like if that isn't like the ultimate sign of respect right there, it's like, no, dude, retire. I'm tired of blocking you. I'm tired of having to scheme against what you do.
They get him 2 times a year out there.
Yeah. And Trent Williams is no slouch.
Exactly.
He's one of the best tackles in football.
Now there is a list here, Mike, of nine different NFL stars seeking a big deal or a trade.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with the first 4 that we could discuss, and then the rest of them I'll just kind of burn through because I don't think they're really that significant. So number 1 on the list was Baker Mayfield. Is Baker Mayfield going to play anywhere this year? I think the Browns just ought to sign him because who the hell knows if Watson's even going to play this year?
Yeah, because he's still under contract there, and like you said, if Watson gets suspended, they are going to need a quarterback, and why not stick with Baker Mayfield? He knows the system. He's not that bad.
What an awkward situation that would be.
It'd be great. It'd be great. I'd love it. But
the fans and just it would be nuts.
Because I don't think they're going to cut him. I think they're afraid to cut him. But I can see if he gets cut, I can see him going to Seattle. They need a quarterback.
That's where I could see him landing as well. Seattle needs a quarterback bad, and they want to continue to be a competitor out there. And I think that they would be ideal for him, and vice versa.
Like I can definitely see him being a backup somewhere and getting playing time that way because you know how it is, injuries in this league, and there's only X amount of top quarterbacks. So he'll catch on somewhere. He'll end up playing.
Absolutely. Best case scenario, he lands into one of these mid-tier teams.
Yeah, and he gets
to come in and be semi-productive and be okay.
Yeah, and then get a big contract after it.
Yeah. The second guy on the list, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, big deal, trade. What do you think?
Wow. The stories on him have kind of gone dark after he deleted all the team off his Instagram and social medias.
Well, that's like I said, these top ones. They're interesting in that sense. You know what I mean?
Because I can see him. I don't know, maybe a big deal, get his big money because he can always threaten the Cardinals with, hey, I'll go back to play baseball. And if they be like, oh shit, we need a quarterback, and just pay him the money. Because I don't see him being traded up to Seattle.
No,
Arizona's not going to be that stupid to make that trade.
I
don't see like any other team really going to go after him. So I'm leaning towards a deal. I think they'll get something done.
I could see him, and he's another one. You put him in a different environment. Look what he's done with a lowly Cardinals team. You land him somewhere that has a decent, like we were saying with Baker, a decent team that just doesn't have a quarterback. I think that could go leaps and bounds for Kyler Murray. However, I do think that the Cardinals are going to give him a deal because really, what else do they have or what else have they ever had?
I know that team actually is not that bad that they have around. They have a good team. So is he the quarterback that's holding them back, or is it the coach, or what? Is it the rest of the roster? So he's one of the quarterbacks that was bandied about to come to Pittsburgh if we didn't do anything in the draft.
Yeah,
and it would have been fun to have him here. I think he would have been fun to watch.
Yeah,
but I'm leaning towards they'll end up. Oh God,
he's gonna make somebody happy one day.
He is. I just don't know if it's going to be Arizona or not.
You're right.
Just like everything that I read early in the offseason about the whole situation down there, people in the organization blaming him for the playoff losses. So it can go either way.
Here's the thing. This team, with the exception of 2009 when they went to the Super Bowl, when have they ever won? you know what? If this
Yeah.
guy starts, I forget what it was. They started out great. The Cardinals were what 5-0 or something to start out the season,
Yeah.
6-1, something like that. I mean, that's unheard of. When the hell has the Cardinals ever done anything like this?
Yeah.
And if this guy is starting this team off at 6-0, you know what? If you're in the Cardinals office, you do whatever it takes to get this guy back under center, in my opinion.
Yeah, because they're, like I said before, there's not that many good quarterbacks out there. So if you have this guy right here, he's going to be better than a lot of rookies coming in at these draft classes the next couple of years. Lock him up. Lock him up.
Because he will go somewhere else and make a splash. You know, if you're the Cardinals, what are you doing? You want to start over? You know what I mean? You want to start over again?
Well, they probably will, because teams like that, that's what they do.
Yeah. Number 3, we're going to stay in the NFC West. Deebo Samuel. Now, I see he is now participating in their OTAs. We're getting ready to.
Yeah.
I think that sings a little bit of a tune for what's going to go on with him this year. I was expecting him to go elsewhere. I don't know what happened between then and now, but like I said, now it seems like he's starting to give a little bit. I think we'll see Samuel back in his 49er uniform this year.
Yeah, I think he'll end up saying they would be smart to pay him, but like it's going to be more than 20 mil a year, because that's what number one receivers are going for. And I think I think he wants more than that, or he will just kind of like he said, or someone tweeted, one of the players tweeted to him, like, you need to like just pick a position and play that one, because them having you bounce around all over the place kind of diminishes your value.
He's not really interested in bouncing around. He wants to play receiver. He told him that he doesn't want to do the split thing. He doesn't want to run the ball. I say you do it. I don't know. Here's the thing. We kind of did that with Cordell Stewart back in the late 90s. And we wanted him to do all these different things, and he only wanted to play quarterback. Maybe you have to, stick with what these guys want to do, because that's what they're really good at. That's what they're confident in doing. Yeah,
because if your heart's not in it and you're not going to be as motivated, you're just it's bad for everyone at that point. It's not like he's saying, he won't do it occasionally, like all the time, where they just have line every single play. He's lined up in a different spot. That I get, because you take a different beating at running back than you do at wide receiver. Your body, gets hit differently.
Which I can see how that could be a pain in the ass to a team like the 49ers, because they now have this guy. They have this guy that has all this talent. They can throw to him. They can run him. And they're thinking, we have something special. And then he turns around and says, I just want to do this. I want a lot of money. So I see how what's going on out there is going on. Yeah. However, I don't see him dressing up in a different uniform this year. I think Samuel stays in San Francisco.
Me too. I think he'll stay there at least this season.
One more from the NFC West, Mike. What do you think about DK Metcalf? I know what you think about DK Metcalf, but where is DK Metcalf going to land?
If they don't address their quarterback situation, he will be gone. I have a feeling he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Boy,
he's a treat, man. Whoever gets him, the guy's built like a fucking horse.
I love, like, when he came out of the draft, like, people in the Pittsburgh media are like, oh, he's just a one-trick pony. All he does is run down field really fast and catch the ball. Yeah, all I ever do is watch this guy run down the field, catch the ball, and score touchdowns running past people.
Why would you want that?
Why would you want that? Who cares? Who cares if when he came out of college, he didn't have a full route tree? You saw what was there. Any team would love to have him. I would love for Pittsburgh to have him. And
Absolutely.
I'd move heaven and earth to have him on the team. But it's not going to happen. I think after this season, he will go to a contender. I don't think he's going to sign an extension with San Francisco or Seattle.
Yeah, depending on what they do quarterback wise, that's going to tell a lot about what's going to be going on for Seattle for the next few years. You know what I mean?
It is. You trade away your franchise quarterback and you don't get any in return. You're going to go with Geno Smith and Drew Lock as your quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's no. Yeah, you need to upgrade that position.
let's put this into perspective. They have been, successful over the past 10 years, and then they lose their star quarterback. And to say, let's go with the Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to push stop, flip the page. The Steelers was successful with this all-pro quarterback. That's like us saying, you know what? Let's trade. Let's give Ben Roethlisberger away, basically, and let's just stick with what we have.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, Seattle's been successful. They're not a bad team. They're a team that you wouldn't think would want to drop off like that. But that's what's going to happen if you go with the Geno Smith or whoever the hell else they have. I think it would be similar if we would have got rid of Ben and went with whoever.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. It was stupid and short-sighted of them.
Yeah.
For that trade, because you weren't going to draft a quarterback in this draft, so why get rid of your quarterback in this draft?
Here's another thing. Like the Cardinals, Seattle forever was a lowly organization.
Yeah.
Their team was bad. You finally get this guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame. This guy won a Super Bowl. This guy's done more things for your team than anybody has ever done. This guy's the best thing that's ever happened to your organization. And you, like you said, you basically ship him off and get nothing in return.
Yeah, you get.
What a Browns move.
It is too, unless they're willing to forfeit this season and then draft their quarterback next year and build up through the draft.
Yeah.
And then have a team ready in place for that rookie quarterback. But that's a gamble too.
Yeah.
Because what if, you start to put your pieces in place and then you have like key veterans, like Metcalf doesn't want to resign because, okay, you don't have my quarterback. We're going to have to go with a rookie who we don't know. That really doesn't instill a lot of confidence.
And Drew Lock, what the hell is he ever,
right?
You just feel, and like I said, you don't feel bad, but you feel bad for the fans and the
F Seattle fans.
The 12th man out
the
there.
12th man. We're going to steal that gimmick from Texas A&M and call ourselves the 12th man. The refs won the Steelers the Super Bowl. Not the fact that we couldn't score, not the fact that we couldn't take advantage of a first-year quarterback struggling in the Super Bowl. No, it was the refs' fault. F Seattle football fans.
It was such the craziest game ever, though. That game, take away a 75-yard run, take away a halfback pass or a wide receiver pass. That's a whole different game. Plays that were, low percentage plays worked in the Steelers' favor. You take those two plays away, the game was that much of a struggle. It could have been a 10-7 loss.
If Hines Ward would have caught the other pass that Ben put right in his hands, there went 7 points. We could have had 7 more points. The score would have not have been as close.
Yeah.
If Hines Ward catches that pass. I still remember, Hines.
I forgot this story yesterday, Mike. Remember I was trying to blow through the stories at the end of the show to get everything out to you? There was one on my list whenever I got off the air yesterday and I forgot. But I think this one's one of the better ones, and I want to talk about it today, okay?
All right.
In Florida.
Obviously. Man
bitten by alligator at a Florida motel after mistaking it for a dog. Did you hear this? In Florida, a man was bitten by an alligator after mistaking it for a dog at a motel. When he tried to escape, the alligator ripped a big chunk of his leg off. How fucking high are you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if I seen an alligator, I wouldn't mistake it as a dog ever.
Yeah, like what kind of dogs are you hanging out with? What kind of mangy, flea-ridden, disgusting,
hair having?
You hanging out like chupacabras or some shit, dude, that you mistake it for an alligator? Like,
how fucking weird is that, man?
Yeah.
These alligators in Florida, I once desired to move down there.
Uh-huh.
You know what? just in the past month, the amount of alligator stories that we talked about on the show, that's talked me out of it entirely. I have no interest in going to Florida anymore.
Like, I've never had any interest to go to Florida anyway. Oh, this is so hot and humid and sticky. But yeah, the gators. How is that? That's a dog, man. No, that's a killing machine.
And how long? I mean, how long was he petting? Like I said, they had this, scaly
Right?
skin, and
Yeah. The alligator's probably like, why is my food petting me?
yeah, it blows my mind.
I just want to know how many drugs this guy was on.
Yeah, right. That's the important part of the story.
Yeah. And
Mike, let me jump. I'm going to jump right back real quick, but I did tell you that I was going to give you the 5 last names on that list.
Oh, yeah.
The guys who weren't as significant. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 was Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Deebo Samuel, and DK Metcalf. Now the last 5 were on the list of guys that they put in the article who falls in line. But like I said, you'll see.
Yeah.
Number 5, Dalton Schultz, the tight end for Dallas, which he's good.
Yeah.
But does he fall in the category with the other 4? I don't think so.
No.
Number 6, Jesse Bates, the free safety over in Cincinnati. I think Terry McLaurin from Washington. He's a receiver.
Ooh.
Kenny Moore, cornerback out of Indianapolis. And finally, Jordan Poyer, the free safety out of Buffalo.
The receiver for Washington, that dude's a beast.
Is he pretty tough?
Oh, he's fun to watch. He's damn good. Okay. I would like to have him instead of Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
this dude's good. He's a beast.
I'm kind of over Johnson myself. I mean, I was never the biggest fan of Deontay Johnson. I always thought that there was just so much more potential than he displays. He moves weird too for me. Like, he's one of these guys that almost they get so so physically cut and chiseled. I don't know. There's just something about his extension. There's just something about him that I don't love. And I think that might be what it is. Like, it takes away from his athleticism because he's so fucking. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be big, but to me, it seems like he could be more. And I'm not even sure what the word I'm looking for is. I don't know. I'm not a fan. And like I said, he's kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth early this year. I hope these other guys step up. I hope that Pickens, Claypool, he's just he's one play away from being a superstar, and he's one play away from being a fucking schlub. You know what I mean?
He is. He there's like no in between for him. He's either going to be amazing or terrible. And I don't think there's anything anyone can do. It's just all going to come down to him realizing, hey, this is what I need to do to put it all together. And
you'd love to see it happen because we've seen him display it early on. I mean,
his rookie year, he was a beast. And even then, they did it right. They were managing his snaps, bringing him along slow so he didn't tire out at the end of the year. And you thought he was just going to explode off the charts. That first game of the year in Buffalo, he thought, okay, this season, he's just going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And he never lived back up to that potential.
I know.
It's frustrating. Hopefully, he kind of reminds me of Plexico, because Plex was kind of like that in the beginning, first part of his career, was so inconsistent. But once he figured it out, he just, the potential took over.
I don't disagree with that. I think that's really close to being accurate. Plex, I think this guy possesses a lot more athleticism than Plexico had. I'm not going to say Plex wasn't an athletic guy, but he had a case of the stumbles, bumbles, and just kind of catching up with his body, I think, at that point in his life. Where this guy, he doesn't have that. He's very athletic. He's very in control of his body. And I can see this guy being, like we said, I mean, he's this close away from being a superstar.
Oh, yeah.
it's up here with this guy. He's one of these guys. It's up here. He's gonna have to figure that out, or he's gonna have to let somebody inside of there, to help him figure out what he's got to do.
Hopefully he gets it together this year, because he's fun to watch when he's on his game. The big receiver like that, they're fun to watch. The way they just like push these little corners and safeties around,
especially with you bring in a guy like Pickens and Austin as well. You know what? If they run this Austin kid similar to what the Patriots did with a lot of those seam passes.
Yeah.
You know what? I think he could be highly effective, man.
Oh yeah. That quick, that fast. Yeah, he's going to be fun to watch.
You know what? You're right. I think these receivers, and I say what I do about Johnson. However, I would love to see him come out and have an amazing year. If he comes out and have the best season of his career, good for him. And he's a skiller, so great. But he's the one receiver that I'm not real thrilled about, Johnson. But like I said, he could come out and have a great year, and that could change my mind.
If he can, keep catching the ball past week 10, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
It's like he hits a mental wall. We need to find Ricky Vaughn's therapist and have him call.
Yeah.
Major League, baby. Yeah, that's
Major
right.
League.
I went there.
Here's one for you, Mike. Johnny Depp, he may drop the $8 million in damages against Amber Heard if she stops the appeal, the lawyers say.
Huh.
There's a part of me that knew this was going to happen, because he's Johnny Depp. He's such a fuck. You know what I mean? He thinks that he's just, I don't know. This whole thing to me was a circus for Johnny Depp, and I think that he loved every minute of it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, you watched the footage. He was having a ball in the courtroom. He was eating it up.
That's what I'm saying. If they went through all this and he turns around and says, you know what, I'll drop the $8 million that she owes me, the whole thing that we've been fighting about for the past 6 weeks, that tells me that this whole thing, he's a weird dude. For one, he's an actor. You never know when he's being genuine, because when people act, that's their trade. So I was a little suspicious the whole time. I thought that Johnny Depp might have been the circus leader in this whole thing. But you know what? That really that kind of confirms my suspicions, because after all that, you're going to turn around and drop it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because if you just wanted to, get your story out there, be heard, show that, guys can be abused.
Write a fucking book. You know what I mean?
I was a victim. She did this. I want, on record that, that she did this. Why would you sue for that much money and then not collect?
That's what I'm saying. This was a book without Johnny Depp writing a book.
Yeah. It was just get out there, because now all of a sudden, he's the sympathetic figure. He's everything bad that he did. Everything was like, it's all glossed over. His whole image is now white clean. Anything that he ever did in his past, everything, he's on a brand new fresh slate. So this was perfect for him. And he worked the system. The
guy's not a dummy. He might be crazy, but he's not a fucking dummy.
Yeah.
He knows how to play his game,
Yeah.
All right, here's one for you, Mike. Another Florida story. Surprise, surprise.
All right, Florida
toddler in a diaper walks pit bull alone. Mom charged with neglect. Toddler was 18 months old.
Oh, shit.
Walking down the street in a diaper, walking the pit bull.
Okay, I was like, okay, toddler. How, if they're just walking the street, maybe 4 or something, pre-kindergarten, out walking the dog, walking the neighborhood. I was gonna say, okay, that's cool, but yeah, what do you 18 months? That's a bit young to be out patrolling the neighborhood with your pit bull.
Don't you learn to walk like it, like a year and so long? You know what I mean? The baby, the toddler hasn't even been walking that long.
So maybe that toddler is an advanced walker. And we needed some exercise, and the pit bull was like, come on, little lady, let's go, I got you.
Yeah. what you won't see in Florida, huh?
Right. And you know what, this, once again, people, minding your own business costs you nothing. This kid was just out enjoying the day, her and her puppy, and y'all had to go narc on it. Come on now. That parent just wanted some peace and fucking quiet, got the kid and the dog out of the house, and y'all got to have to go call the cops. Unbelievable.
Crazy, man. Well, let's stay south of the Mason-Dixon here. In Texas, man sentenced to life in prison for a fatal punch outside of a Little Caesars restaurant. Dude goes to get pizza. It was 2020, 2 years ago. It was 2020. He finally got sentenced. The guy goes to get pizza. Altercation breaks out. He punches another guy. The guy dies. He is on his way to prison for life.
In prison, his nickname's going to be like Hot and Ready. Something along those lines. Hey, big boy, what else is hot and ready?
Yeah. Come over here and eat some of this crazy bread, baby.
Right? Jesus Christ. But damn, punch someone and killed them.
Jail rape. Yeah. That's the one thing to me that I find fascinating. Who is punching people and killing them? Because holy fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's over Little Caesars pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't read anything obviously of this thing, so I don't know what was said, but you're fighting at Little Caesars. Come on. Yeah. This is a classy establishment that has the food ready for you. Even if you didn't order, you go in, you grab your pie, and you bounce.
Exactly.
Show respect. Show respect to Little Caesars.
I don't know the details either. However, say the guy knocks the pizza out of your hand, or a guy, whatever. You can literally turn around, walk in the door, and walk out 3 seconds later with the same exact pizza.
Yeah.
But no, you want to. I don't know. But again, do you ever expect to kill anybody when you punch them? Usually, no.
No. I'm trying. Yeah.
Sucks for everybody involved.
Now I want some pizza.
I was just thinking the same exact thing. Skateboarding teenager held hero of Ukraine for saving. How do you pronounce it, Mike? Kyiv. What's the
city, the capital, Kyiv.
Kyiv. Okay. So, skateboarding teen held hero of Ukraine for saving Kyiv using a drone toy. Now, basically, what happened here was with his drone, he was able to see this platoon of Russian military people, I guess you could call them.
Uh-huh.
And he was up there flying around, and that was able to save a lot of people in this village that he was from, because he was able to know in advance they were coming, and they were able to respond accordingly. So he, because of his drone, is a hero. Again, somebody else with fucking sticks and stones taking advantage and one-upping the Russian military.
I fucking love it. Just your little drone that you could buy anywhere, just using that for a recon. I love it. Maybe we can get him an actual drone, and he can find these guys and start doing some surgical strikes.
The billions of dollars that goes into modern militaries,
right?
They got a drone.
This just goes to show that this whole fear of Russia since the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s has just been way overblown. They can't hold it together. You're getting like pickle jars knocking your shit out. Little kids with toy drones finding your convoys, your tanks being dragged away with tractor trailers because you're running out of gas. It's just
I think the thing that's scary about Russia is, they have this relationship with China. And I think China is what makes Russia scary, because not should we be afraid of Russia, or I don't think that, to be honest, we should be afraid of Chinese military, but you put those two forces together. China, I think, has the largest military in the world, and Russia, they have some shit, they just don't know how to use it. you put them two together, I think that could be potentially scary, and especially for a country like us, because if that ever come down to it, we would definitely be a target of theirs, because I don't really see them needing to join forces for somebody other than the United States of America.
Yeah, I would hope with our bloated military budget, we would be able to handle that in our sleep.
I mean, you would hope so, and I think that we would.
You would actually, you would hope our stuff is better than the stuff Russia has.
Right. And and like I said, I mean, that they have nuclear weapons, that they have, so I mean, it isn't like they're totally useless. They have things. They just have to be in a situation to be able to use those things, because they're not going to turn around and use nuclear weapons on Ukraine. You would hope not. However, if there's a situation with the United States, and then you have some kind of an allegiance between those two countries, they get real dangerous. I think Russia and China can be very dangerous in that situation.
I think Russia's afraid their nukes wouldn't launch. That's why they haven't used them. They see all their other technologies failing. They probably don't want to risk that shit.
Yeah.
Everything's held together by duct tape and chicken wire. It's like I'm over. It's like I'm over there doing home repairs on their shit.
Like you were saying, I mean, they were blew up to be this great military, and this and we found out that they're not as badass as everyone thought they were. But I don't think that they're as weak, not as weak, but I don't think they're as incompetent as we think they are right now. Like I said, if it came down to it and they got to use their big boy toys, they would be scary. Who wouldn't be? You got big bombs that can kill a lot of people, and that's always unsettling.
Well, hey, we got a lot of toys.
And absolutely. The thing about the United States military, we've seen whenever we was in the rugged terrain of Afghanistan, how thin our military started to get spread. So, I mean, if there is a two country or more allegiance between a China, like I said, who has, 1 billion more people than we even have in our country, and Russia, who, is a high profile, joined with a China, can be very dangerous. How far can the United States military be stretched thin? Because like I said, we were fighting guys in caves that were basically fighting us, like, from the first century. And it stretched our military so thin that, we were lucky. We were lucky that nobody attacked us during that time. What do you do? What would we do if we got attacked while we were over in the Middle East doing what we were doing?
Okay, we still had so many troops at home for that. And we still had, Air Force flying around the U.S. all the time. Yeah, we're so far, we're so isolated from anything like that. It would, NORAD would pick that shit up immediately. Yeah.
I don't know. And then a lot of these countries, they can go base in South America and Venezuela, things like that, kind of like we do over. I don't think that they're as goofy as we are letting ourselves believe that they are right now.
I think they are. I think the veil has been lifted up. We see, the true Wizard of Oz, just an old person in the back trying to, just be like the puppet master. I think they've been exposed.
I disagree, but that's okay. Let me see.
No, it's not. F you, man. F you, man.
Gotta get one more quick one in here. Let me see what we could what I could squeeze in.
Oh wow, yeah, man. I really did ramble
on. I actually have a lot here, but I'm just gonna pick one because.
All right, yeah, fuck it.
All right. Secret Notebook from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial sells for over $14,000 on eBay. Somebody who was in attendance for the trial wrote notes the whole time, and they turned around and sold it for $14,000 on eBay.
I applaud that person who did that. That's fucking brilliant. That's just more or less knowing the people out there, what they're gonna want. They notice that, hey, this is high profile. People are eating this up. I'm taking notes, and then I'm gonna sell it. They can have like the dumbest notes in there because this trial was public. It was broadcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you need the notes for? I love it.
You knew more about the trial than the people in there if you were sitting home bordering from your television.
unless it was from a drawer, yeah,
And
it
I
would
don't
be
think it
worth it.
was.
Yeah, that's a fool in their money. A fool in their money. Parted.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website, Mike?
twodumyinzers.com. twodumyinzers.com. Sorry. He appeared out of nowhere. He scared me. I knew he was here. twodumyinzers.com. You're there. You have links to YouTube, Stitch, Anchor, Spotify, to where you can watch and listen to us every single day. And we have links for the merchandise. Has this beautiful logo on it. As you can see, Ryan's dummy has the hat on. We have modeled the shirts before. Yes, it is very good merchandise. So yeah, check it out.
All right, Mike, the question of the day. You are sitting at 2 and 3 right now in June.
All right.
This question, now this one is a special question to my heart, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. This was the very first Super Bowl that I got to experience, a Steelers Super Bowl, as being a person old enough to know what was going on.
Yeah.
This is about the 1995 season. If you remember, we ended up playing in Tempe, Arizona against the Cowboys in a 27-17 loss in that Super Bowl. We're going to talk about that season in this question. Are you ready?
Okay.
You remember the team, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Who was the Steelers MVP of the 1995 season? And go.
Wow. Huh.
There was a lot of good players on that team, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Shit. I'm trying to blank. There's so many good players. Crap. Was Barry Foster on that team?
He was not.
He was retired by then. It was Bam Morris and Eric Pegram. Screw it. I'm gonna go with Neil O'Donnell.
Neil O'Donnell,
I just can't.
Neil O'Donnell. All right, so you're gonna lock in with Neil O'Donnell, correct?
Yeah, because who else I'm thinking of? I don't think it's
all right. So now that you're locked in, let's. I got a couple minutes. So we had on offense of that team, we had the receivers were Thigpen,
Mills,
he was Hastings, Cordell. Tight end was Mark Bruner.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs were Pee Wee and Bam.
Yep.
Quarterback obviously Neil. Defense, Woodson, Lake, Perry, Greg Lloyd, Kevin Green, Chad Brown.
Yep.
Levon Kirkland, Brunston Buckner.
Yeah.
That was my favorite team. And like I said, and I'm not lying, that was my favorite team because that was the best the Steelers ever did in my life. Like I said, that I was old enough to know better. Man, I enjoyed that season.
Oh, that was great.
I was a senior in high school. It was just like everything was clicking on all cylinders, man.
Yeah. Rod Woodson gets hurt in the first game.
First game at home against Detroit, 23-20 win. He does. He blows his knee.
Yeah. And then came back for the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
But yeah, I'm leaning towards Neil. Yancey was my backup, but I just don't. I'm having a. Yeah, screw it. Neil O'Donnell.
The kicker was, I think it was Norm Johnson, wasn't it?
It was Norm. Yep.
I love Norm.
He was great. That team was yeah.
Loved them.
It was great. Yeah.
Mike Tomczak backing up old.
Yep.
All right. No, enough playing around. All right. So the question was, who was the Steelers MVP in the 1995 season? Mike said Neil O'Donnell. Mike, that's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so the correct answer is for the 1995 season, the Steelers MVP was in fact Neil O'Donnell. Neil O'Donnell is correct.
Yeah, buddy. High five. All right.
So that moves you to 3 and 3 in June, Mike.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
3-3 in June. You got a fresh slate, man. Tomorrow you start back up and you have a chance to take advantage and go over 500.
Yeah, I think I need my good luck charm tomorrow.
I think so. You don't ever get him right when he's not there.
I know it's a crapshoot when he's not here. When he's here, I'm perfect. I'm 1-0. Wow, I'm sorry.
But that was a good guess. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have if it was out of the blue, kind of like how I'm presenting it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have got it. But however, when I
Yeah.
looked it up, I thought, oh, that really makes sense. And then I think that I
Yeah, because like when in doubt, you go with the quarterback. But I'm thinking Yancey Thickman had a good year that year. Maybe he got it. And then when you said Yancey, I'm like, ooh. But no,
Yancey
when in
Yancey
doubt,
had a damn good season that year.
When in doubt, go with the quarterback.
You're right.
He's that funny.
And when in doubt, it's the fastest hour of the day is over already.
It is actually. Wow.
So, hey, we want to thank everybody. Thank you. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and continue to keep tuning in every day at 11 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. And
Yes.
As Mike said earlier, you can always go over to Spotify, listen to any of our 82
Yes.
shows, or, go to YouTube and find any video. Everything that we have
everything
is up and available to watch and or listen to. So go ahead and do that. Mike, you have anything before we take off today, sir?
No, I do not. Enjoy the day, everyone. Looks like it's about to be a nice one.
Hey, sounds like a plan, everybody. For Mike, Ryan, 2 Dum Yinzers, we want to thank everybody for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.